Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're doing an intermediate Ashtanga class. So the class is fast and furious, not a class for beginners. Take care of yourself. If something's causing you pain, stop, modify, do what you need to do. But first and foremost, look after yourself and try to have some fun with it. So bring yourself up to the front of your mat. Come to a standing position. Find Samastiti, outside edges of your feet parallel. Take a moment, seal your hands at your heart, and just begin to find your Ujjayi breath. Remember that the breath is the most important part of the practice. Are you ready? Here we go. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full, deep breaths. Just take time, check in with yourself. Remember, the class is fast. Make sure that you are continuously checking in and making sure you're practicing non-harming. The eyes are open through the practice. The Ujjayi breath is the most important part of the practice. So if you need to let something go, let it be a posture, keep the breath. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. 2 more times. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, step back, lower through Chaturanga. Knees can be down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full breaths. If it's back and hamstrings you're feeling, move your legs farther apart. Keep the natural curve of your neck. Keep the weight even on everything connected to the ground. A retraction, a bending of the knees, a straightening can allow you to find your foundation. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Last time. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back. Don't hang those heads. Lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full breaths. You are given these breaths to check in, see what you need to do. Try not to do the same thing time and time again because you start getting the same results. Thinking about Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Eyes open, listen to the story of your breath. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Surya Namaskara B. Knees bend, arms and gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right foot comes forward, square up those hips. Exhale, come all the way back down, don't hang those heads. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right pivots, left forward. Weight even on the feet. Lift the arch of the back foot. Exhale, come down without hanging your heads. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk it out. Keep your breath. Eyes are open. Check in. Make sure you're practicing non-harming. This practice, even though it's a strong practice, is meant to be a healing practice. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Bend the knees. Move the knees and feet apart if it hurts your back and hamstrings. Exhale, Samastiti. 2 more times. Knees bend, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back without hanging the heads. Chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right comes forward. Inhale, come up. Front hip back, back thigh forward. Exhale, coming down, watch the head. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot pivots, left forward. Inhale, coming up, square those hips up. Exhale, coming down. Elbows in for chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk it out if you need to. If you need to pause, come to child's pose, but keep the breath. Send those hips up and back. You may need to move the feet back farther. Use your breathing, natural curve of the spine, which includes the neck. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Knees bend. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, samasthiti. Last time. Knees bend, inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back without dropping the head, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right comes forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming back down, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right pivots, left forward. Square up those hips, get the weight even on the feet. Exhale, coming down without hanging the head. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. By now, hopefully you have a good sense of how you're feeling today. Try to honor that as you move through the rest of the practice. Flow with your breath. Keep your eyes open. Keep your mind open. Try to let go of expectations you might have. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold the body. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, samasthiti. Jump the feet apart, hip width. Exhale, fold, grab your big toes. Lift the hips, inhale, bend the elbows, fold the body. Padangusthasana. Keep your breath. If the back hurts, move the feet farther apart. Keep the legs straight without being locked. Neck long. Inhale, straighten the arms, roll the gaze forward. Exhale, hands under the feet, Padahastasana. Breathe in, bend the elbows, fold the body. Elbows bend to open the upper back, neck is long. Keep lifting those hips. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Utthita Trikonasana, step to the right, extend and come down. Remember your options. That top hand can be in the low back if your shoulders hurt. Gaze down, sideways, or all the way up. Use the strength of the legs. Unlock that front leg. Inhale, bring yourself up. Turn your feet. Same thing, other side. The standing postures, the feet are the foundation. Lift the arches, unclench the toes, unclench your jaw. Connect top and bottom half right here at the core. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Parivrtta, rotate left hand to the outside of the right leg. Hand to the floor, to the side of the leg. That right hand on the low back or all the way up. Gaze down, sideways, or up. Square up those hips. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come up. Same thing, other side. Right hand to the outside of the left. Square those hips. Weight even on the feet. Open the shoulders. Gaze down to the side or up. Work with your breathing. Shoulders one above the other. Unclench those toes. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Utthita Parsvaskanasana, wide to the right, bend the right knee.
Right elbow on the thigh, left arm up and over, or any variation that works for you. The hand can be at the outside of the leg. There's a straight line of energy from that back heel all the way up through the fingertips. Use your breathing. Use the strength of your legs. Don't strive for flexibility without being aware of the strength. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other side. Hips are even. Breath is strong. I see some of you hanging your heads. Come on now, pick those heads up. Keep breathing. Connect top and bottom half right at your heart, your core. Pick that left hand up off the floor. Show me you're using your strength. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Parvarita. So the left elbow goes to the outside of the right knee. You either place that left hand on the floor and bring right arm up and over, or you put the hands in palm to palm. Look up to the right elbow, look sideways, or look down to the floor. Square up those hips, move the torso around your spine. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other side. Set the foundation. Square up the hips. Take the body forward. Breathing. Unclench your toes. Each time you exhale, torso rotates around your spine. Remember, these standing postures are preparing you for everything that comes next in the practice. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samastiti. Prasarita Padottanasana A, step out wide. Outside edges of the feet parallel, look up. Exhale, fold hands to floor. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, walk the hands back. Bend the elbows to right angles. Drop the head towards the floor. Squeeze those elbows like I went and got a wooden block for you. Neck is long. If your head's on the floor, start moving your legs closer together. Lift up the toes, don't lock the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, arms shoulder height. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, head to floor. Remember, if you're dizzy, halfway is fine. Keep breathing. A retraction and a straightening can help. Open that upper back. Keep the breath strong and present. Lift the arches of both feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, interlace hands behind back. Inhale, lift the arms, open the chest. Exhale, head to floor, arms to floor. Use your breathing. Now remember, a retraction, a bending and a straightening can help you move the legs to where they need to be, your foundation, your feet. The gift of these breaths to create change in the body, in the state of mind. As you come up, head's last thing to come up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold the body, grab the toes with the peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the elbows to right angles, drop the head. Breathe here. Arches of the feet lifting, eyes open, hips lift. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, come all halfway up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step back to the front of the mat into Samastiti. Bring the hands behind the back, palm to palm, or hold your elbows. Take your right foot, step it all the way around to the right. Look up, exhale, fold the body forward. Front hip back, back thigh forward. If halfway is enough, halfway is where you should stay. The weight is even on both feet. The hips are even. Fingertips slide all the way up to where the hairline and the neck meet. Breath is present. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, like you've got a foam block between your inner upper thighs. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, turn your feet. Same thing, other side. Front hip back, back thigh forward, body folds, breathing, square up the hips, unclench the teeth and the toes, breathing in, breathing out, preparing you for the balance that's coming. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, back to the front of the mat, into Samasthiti. Keep your breath. Weight to the left foot, lift the right, extend the leg, fold the body. Remember your options. If it's better to hold the back of that thigh, do that. Try to keep the hips squared. Keep your breathing. Unclench the teeth and the toes. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, move the hip in the socket. Take the leg out to the side. Gaze can go the other direction. Keep breathing. Connect top and bottom half right here at the core. If something's causing you pain, you really need to question why you keep doing it and make the changes you need. Bring it back to the center as you breathe in. Fold the body. Watch those necks. Inhale, come back up. Now extend that leg. Point the toes. Drop the shoulders. Your mind's going to say, I can't hold it anymore, but it's wrong. Bend the knee, lift the thigh more, and extend the leg, point the toes. Check out top and bottom half. I see you leaning back. Straighten that spine. Flex the foot. Walk it out. Keep your breath. Remember, breath is most important. Weight to the right. Lift the left. Hold what you can hold. But remember, if you're constantly holding the foot and the knee is always bent, you want to, in time, begin to straighten that leg and drop the hip. So let go of the attachment you might have to holding your foot and actually try to create that physical and mental change. Use your breathing. Inhale, bring yourself up. Move the hip in the socket. You can bend the knee to straighten. Drop the shoulders. If it's a day to look the other direction, look the other direction. Think about your mat being your mirror. Use your breathing. Feel this from the inside out. Bring it back to the center as you breathe in. Drop that hip. Exhale, fold the body forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, extend the leg, point the toes, drop the shoulders. Shoulders even, hips even. Breath present. Retract and then straighten. Don't let your mind get in your way. You need the strength of your mind. Flex and release. Walk it out. Weight to the left. Right foot comes up into half lotus. Reach behind the back. Grab the foot with the right hand and fold the body forward. Remember your options. You can bend the knee and put that ankle on the thigh. Half lotus is all about the hips here. Heel goes into that area below the navel. Breath is strong and present. Inhale, come up, pause, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release. Walk it out. Weight to the right. Left foot comes into half lotus. Or bend the right knee, put the left ankle on the knee, reach around with the left hand, grab and fold. Heel goes into that area just below the navel, that Uddiyana Bandha, massaging into the internal organs. Eyes are open, weight is even on everything connected to the ground. Let your heads go. And inhale, come up, pause, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release back to the front of the mat into Samasthiti. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold the body forward. Inhale, lift the hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga, get elbows in, head doesn't hang. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Utkatasana, bring the feet between the hands, bend the knees, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Back problems, hamstrings, move the legs farther apart. Shoulders drop down, the drishti is up, maintaining the natural curve of your spine. Send those hips back, lift the 10 toes up. Make sure you've connected at the core, at the center. Breathing. Send those hips back, take one more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale, lift the hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Virabhadrasana A. Left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Inhale, coming all the way up. So while you've done this before, in Surya Namaskara B, now you are given the gift of 5 breaths here. Or, whatever number we happen to get to. Square the hips, shoulders down, drishti up, not at the expense of the neck. Breathing, unclench the toes, connect top and bottom half, front hip back, back thigh forward, straighten that front leg, turn the feet, same thing, other side. You may have to reset the foundation, which is your feet. Try not to roll just to the big toe mound of that back foot. Get the weight even. Big toe mound, little toe mound, center of the heel on both feet. Shoulders drop. If you don't feel your legs working, they probably aren't. Lift the chest. Be strong, warriors. Open the arms parallel to the floor. Reset your foundation, your feet. Hips point straight ahead. Gazes to the hand over the bent knee. Unclench your toes, unclench your teeth. The groin drops, but the pelvic floor lifts. Feel your legs drawing in towards each other. Neck is free. There's not strain and tightness in the neck. Keep breathing. One more breath in, one more breath out. Straighten the leg, turn the feet, turn the gaze, coming to the other side. Legs draw towards each other. Shoulders drop. If you're lunging, widen your stance. Challenge yourself without hurting yourself. If your bottom's sticking out, how come? Tuck it under slightly, but maintain the natural curve of your spine. One more breath in. One more breath out. Transition over into chaturanga without hanging your head. Elbows in. Upward dog, strong legs. Exhale, downward dog. Coming into the seated portion. Inhale, exhale, sit down, legs out, hands down, Dandasana. Sternum lifts, shoulders drop, eyes open, breathing. Some of you will be able to tuck the chin right into the hollow of the throat, into Jalandhara Bandha. Keep your breath, spread your toes, unlock your legs. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the gaze. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, grab the toes. Adjust the glutes though. Elbows bend, body folds. Get that connection of ribs to thighs. So if you need to bend the knees for the back of the hamstrings and or move the legs farther apart, it's really what I suggest you do. Use the power of your drishti. Use your breathing, shoulders open. Feel the breath move through the entire back side of the body. Don't be afraid of a big bit of wiggling. Inhale, come up. It should be every bit as much effort to come up. Change the hands, grab the outsides of the feet. Inhale, exhale, fold the body. Walk the glutes back a step or two. Keep your breathing. Inhalations create that sense of length. Exhalations, that sense of depth, release, letting go of a thought, a tightness, an expectation. Inhale, come up, shoulders down. Repeat one of the two you've done, or interlace your hands past your feet, bend the elbows, and fold the body. Breathing in, breathing out. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, lightly and gently engaged. Breath is present. Feet are active. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Cross, spark, move through the vinyasas if you like. Chaturanga is your exhalation. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit down. Parsvattanasana, option being crab pose or shoulders back, lift the hips here. Remember, the foundation of this pose is feet and hands. Head doesn't hang if the hips aren't lifted. Keep your breath present. Think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, coming down, cross, spark, or chaturanga is your exhalation. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, rolling back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit down. Left leg is straight. Right foot comes into half lotus. Reach around, grab the foot with your hand. Fold the body forward. Remember your options. If it's better to put the ankle on the knee, do that. It's really what's best for you and your body and what will allow you to create change. The asanas are here to teach us something. Pay attention to what that might be. Inhale, come up. Remember, up should be as much work. Exhale, release. This is where you spark, or if you're choosing to vinyasa between each side, that is where you vinyasa. Left foot in half lotus, left hand behind the back, body folds. In a perfect world, the knees are together, the breath is present. Right big toe mound forward, right hip back, knees squeeze in, shoulders are open. Breath is present and fluent. Inhale, come up, lengthen the spine, lift the sternum. Exhale, release. If you're doing the vinyasas, do it here. Chaturanga is the exhale. Keep those elbows in. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale, look forward. Pay attention to how you sit down. Left leg straight. Right leg goes back. So roll that right calf out. Get the weight even as you can on the glutes. Fold the body forward. Remember, everything connected to the ground is your foundation. So if your hands are on the ground, notice the weight on the hands. Hold the foot if that's what you need. Notice your neck. Right now, my gaze is forward and my neck is fully arched. I glance down and roll my eyeballs towards the foot. I find the weight sinking heavily to the left leg, so I need to start engaging the right. Draw that left hip back. Press the left big toe mound forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Spark, build that upper body strength. Build that core strength. Left foot back. Right leg straight. You might need a little bit of a blanket under that right glute. Try to get the weight as even as you can on both glutes. The 5 left toes. The right heel, and again, it's right hip back, right big toe mound forward, breath strong. Keep your breathing and notice your inhales. Do you shift the weight on the body? With each breath, can you keep the weight as evenly distributed on the foundation as possible? Inhale, come up, those shoulders drop. Exhale. If you're moving through the vinyasas, be mindful. Remember, in chaturanga, knees can come down. Inhale, upward dog. The vinyasas are not meant to kill you. They are meant to bring the body back to neutral and strengthen you. So if you are doing them mindlessly, you should change what you're doing. Jana Shishasana A, left leg straight. Right foot comes in, pressing against the thigh or rolling the foot up. Folding the body forward. All the Jana Shishasana postures are slight twists from the lower part of the body first. Left hip back, left toe mound forward. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Don't do this because I'm telling you to. You are fully in charge and in control of your practice. And if something's causing you such extreme pain that you're gritting your teeth and holding your breath, I suggest you make some changes. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. That left leg comes in, spark, and switch sides. Right leg out, left in. Body folds, hip draws back, twist low back first. Notice how you hold your hands, try to switch. If the hands are on the floor, use them equally. Breathing, breathing, neck in line with the rest of the spine. Eyes are open, mind is present, shoulders open. This practice is meant to strengthen and heal. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Move through the vinyasa, otherwise spark. Keep your breath. Legs are strong for the back bend. Hips up and back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, sit down. Left leg straight. Right foot in. You slide up onto that right heel. The right knee opens approximately 85 degrees. Left hip draws back. Body folds. Hold what you can hold. Press through the left toe mound. Draw the hip back. Open the shoulders. Torso rotates ever so slightly around the spine. Each breath in creates a sense of length. Each breath out, that sense of letting go. Be sure that you are not hyperextending that left knee. A slight micro bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Spark, work that upper body strength, that core strength, and switch. Right leg straight, heel slides under, knee opens about 85 degrees, hip, knee, heel in line, press through the toe mound, breathing. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Know how each breath creates a very subtle and distinct movement in your body. Is this beneficial for you? And if it's not, you need to reevaluate. We all want to be doing this for as long as we can, well into our hundreds. Keep breathing. Not locking through the mind, not locking through the knee. Everything on the ground, the weight is even as you can get it. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Add the vinyasa if you're doing it. Leave it out if you're choosing to, but keep the breath. There is nothing wrong with leaving out the vinyasas and holding the postures for a bit longer. Jana Shishasana C, left leg is straight, right toes tuck, body folds. You need to get those hips lifted, tilt the pelvis forward. Many entrances into it, arm under or arm in front. Sliding forward in time, the heel goes into that Uddiyana Bandha area. The shoulders open, it's still that front hip back, so left hip back. Breath is strong, all 10 toes are working. Use the power of the drishti. Inhale, come up. Lots of work to come up. Exhale, release, draw that left leg in and spark. Right leg goes out. Left toes tuck under. Remember your option. You can be right here, but this pose works hips and toes. So understand when you're modifying a pose, why are you modifying it the way you are? And is the modification creating the same change that the full pose works? So remember, the idea is to work those toes. Our feet support us all our lives, so we want to keep them mobile, flexible, active. Use your breath. Feel the exhalation, front hip back, back thigh forward, shoulders open. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Right leg comes in. Move through your vinyasa if you want. Elbows in. Natural curve of the spine. Breathing. Coming down to the first of Marichyasana. So Marichyasana A. Left leg straight. Right knee bends. Bring the right shoulder to the inside. Bring the right arm around the right leg. Left hand behind the back. Wrapping hand is the grabber, so right grabs left. Right shoulder draws back, so you might need to readjust that right foot. Now, although the right glute is not solid on the floor, you want to keep the weight even on everything that is. So make sure you're using that right foot. It is a forward fold, so try to bend from your hip crease as opposed to bending from the bottom of the rib cage. Try to get your shoulders as even as you can and use both feet equally. Inhale, come up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release, spark. So draw that left leg in and switch. Right leg goes out, left shoulder to the inside of the left, which might mean you need to wiggle around a bit. Good, bring that left arm around, it grabs the right. And the tendency is to draw the right shoulder back, turning it into a twist. You want to move the right shoulder forward, adjust the left foot out perhaps a bit, use the right heel drawing towards the right hip, drawing the right hip back, move the shoulders apart, and breathe here. Keep breathing. Marichiasana postures are all about opening shoulders and hips. An inhalation, keep the bind, brings you up. Exhale, release, either spark or again, move through your vinyasa. Do the vinyasas if they're beneficial. If they are just causing you pain through the shoulders and the wrists, question, why am I doing them? Marichiasana B, if you can bring that left foot in half lotus and place the right foot on the floor, do that. Otherwise, left leg goes down, right foot is in front. The wrap is right arm around right leg, left hand behind the back. If you can get the head on the ground, great, get it on the ground. Now your right glute, it's not on the floor, so you have to adjust that right foot to make sure the weight is even on the left and the right side of the body. The shoulders open, the head may or may not be on the floor. Jaw and Dharabandha, so the chin lock is also lightly engaged. Use your breathing. If the head is down, don't let all the weight go to the head. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release, spark, and then switch sides. Left foot on the ground, right foot in half lotus, or on the floor behind the left. Keep your breathing. Left arm around left leg, right hand behind the back. So you want to adjust that left foot so you can move the left shoulder back. Drop the head down, keep the weight even on everything on the ground. Shoulders are even, mind is still, breath is present. Don't force the breath. Pay attention to the story of your breath though. An inhalation brings you up, pause, exhale, release, move through the vinyasas if you're doing them. Inhale, upward dog, get that chest open. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, up forward. Exhale, sit down. Marichiasana C, left leg straight, right knee bends. Wrap that right arm around the right leg, left arm around the right leg. Bring the right hand behind the back. Smile, chins parallel to the floor. Adjust that right foot farther forward if you need. Remember, get the weight even on both glutes here. Use that left leg. Breathing. Inhale to the center. Spark. Remember the importance of that spark. Lean to release the back. Right leg straight, left knee bends. Opposite arm. So right arm around the left leg. Reach around. Grab if you can. Modify if you need to. Use your breathing. Breath in, lengthen. A breath out, releases. Chins parallel to the floor. Head's the last thing to turn. Your inhalation brings you back to the center. Do the vinyasa if that's in your practice. Keep your breathing. As you move into D, the left foot comes into half lotus, right foot to the floor. You can modify by having the left foot behind the right. It is a twist, So you're bringing left arm around the right leg, twisting to the right. If you can get the whole arm around and reach behind and hold your hands, that's what you should do. Try to make sure that left knee is not a floating knee. Try to get it down. Make it part of your foundation. It is a twist, so you want everything squeezing close together, massaging into those internal organs, strengthening the spine. The breath, if it's present in the twist, really creates a deep heat. Breathe in back to the center. Breathe out, do the spark, and then switch sides. So right foot into half lotus, left foot to the floor. If that doesn't work, put that right foot behind the left. Good. Set your foundation, opposite arm, right to left. Bring the left hand behind the back. Head's the last thing to turn. Make sure the foundation is evenly rooted if you can. Keep the breath present. Each time you exhale, release a little bit more air out of those lower abdominals. Breathing in, breathing out. And bring yourself back to the center. Move through the vinyasa if that's what you're doing. Upward dog is your inhale. Downward dog, your exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit down, moving into Navasana. Remember your options. You can bend the knees, you can have the toes on the floor, legs up, toes pointed, release the arms. Don't let this boat sink. I know some of you are thrusting your chin forward. You need to stop that. Know why your arms are where they are. Find the strength in your body. Spark here. One more time, breathing in. Spine is long, feel strong where you are. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Use the power of your gaze. Good, one last time, breathing, breathing. Keep the breath strong, think Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Your foundation now is shift, so rise up out of it. Move through your vinyasa or go to downward dog. Keep your breath from downward dog. Your feet jump around your hands, coming to Bhuja Piddasana. If you can bend the elbows and drop the glutes to the backs of the arms, and that's where you're content, that is perfect. If you can bring the legs close together, cross the ankles, lift the feet, tip the head down, that's great too. Be content with where you are and with what you're doing at any given moment. From there, you can lower yourself down, move through the vinyasa if you like. Otherwise, you're coming to Karmasana. Get those hips back. Lean the body forward. It does help if your heels are on the slippery floor as opposed to your mat. Slide the arms back, palms flat, legs straight, big toe mounds point forward. Keep your breathing. Moving into Supta Karmasana, bend the elbows. So you might need to roll over to one glute. Bring the hands behind the back. Clasp your hands. Bring your legs together and cross at your heels. Draw your shoulders back. Breathing here. Good. Inhale, come out of this carefully and mindfully. If you are able to vinyasa here, it's a good vinyasa to do because it does bring you back to that neutral position. If not, a downward dog can even help. Coming into Garbha Pindasana, rolling around in a circle clockwise, anywhere from 5 to 9 times. Lotus if you can, grab your hands, drop your chin back. Remember, it's not big loop-de-loops. It's just moving the energy along the spine, keeping the chin tucked down, and then bringing yourself up. If you can't do Kukutanasana with the arms through the legs, lift up to Utplutihi for 5 breaths. From there, lower down and bring yourself. You are welcome to vinyasa at any point here, but otherwise come to Baddha Konasana. Thumbs go to the balls of the feet. You roll the feet open. There's 2. We're just doing 1 today, so you choose. If you prefer the flat back or the rounded spine. The elbows start in along the side body as they would in chaturanga. If you're able to extend them out, by all means. If there's no weight on your glutes, set your foundation. Keep breathing. An inhalation brings you up to a straight spine. As you exhale, open your legs to Upavishta Konasana. Again, lift the hips, tilt the pelvis, grab the big toes, bend the elbows. If that doesn't work, hands to the floor. Neck in line with the spine, legs active, breath present. Keep breathing. Try not to lift the heels. Try not to lock the knees. So if you need to bend them, bend them. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Coming all the way up. So if this is a better option, bending the knees, holding the backs of the thighs, do that. Otherwise, get those legs up. Hold the legs, drop the shoulders. So if you're rounding back or if you're hanging out only in your flexibility, I suggest you start really letting go of your flexibility and working on your strength. If you only have flexibility, injuries come much easier. Good. Release, move through the vinyasa, otherwise roll onto your back. From downward dog, bring the feet forward, roll onto your back, and bring the legs up over the head. Keep the natural curve of the neck. Keep your breathing. If the chin and the chest touch, move the chin slightly away. Hold the feet if your back is straight. Bend the knees if that's better for you. Get those hips up. Good. If you know how to come out of this, come out of it. Otherwise, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Move through your vinyasa if you're doing it. Otherwise, come down onto your back into Supta Padangusthasana. Left leg straight, right leg up in the air. Shoulders draw down, torso comes up. Drop that right hip down. Shoulders are even. Breath is strong. Left big toe mound presses away. Some people like pointing their toes in this. If that's your story, then go ahead. Head comes down. Soften the knee, move the hip in the socket. Take the leg out to the side. Drop that right hip. Open the shoulders. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Stay connected, top and bottom half. Don't hang out in the back bend. Come back to the center as you breathe in. Breathe out, torso comes up. Breathe in, torso down. Breathe out, right leg down. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, torso comes up. That left hip drops. Use that right hand either on the right thigh or on the ground. Where do you need it for foundation? Drop the left hip, drop the shoulders. Jalandhara bandhas ever so slightly engaged. You shouldn't be feeling this in the neck. If you are, change what you're doing. Torso comes down, breathe in. Leg goes out as you breathe out. And the tendency is to really lift that right glute and take it all in the back. Get that glute down. It's not about getting the leg to the floor. It's about opening your mind and letting these postures heal you. It's not about what it looks like on the outside. It's about working from within, from the inside out. Leg back up as you inhale, torso up as you exhale. Inhale the head down, exhale the leg down, bring the knees into the chest, move through the vinyasa if you like. Otherwise, rock over, bring the toes to the floor and come all the way up. Extending the legs in the air, dropping the shoulders. You can come into it just like I did. Sit up, extend the legs, drop the shoulders. Now, if you can grab the big toes, by all means. There's 2 of these. We are just doing 1 today, so you choose here, or would you prefer to fold your body fully forward? The spine is long, the breath is present. It's an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, move through the vinyasa. If you're doing the vinyasas, upward dog is the inhale, downward dog is the exhale, coming back to seated and lying down. We will leave Setu Bandhasana out, but you're at home, do what you need to do if you know it. Otherwise, you'll come up into Urdhva Dhanurasana or hip lift or wheel. Set your foundation being your feet and whatever you're choosing to do. So if it's the hip lift, roll those shoulders under. Try not to be in the hip lift from just thrusting your ribs. Remember, it is a back bend. Keep the natural curve of your spine, which is your neck. Keep breathing, space for 1 or 2 fingers between the floor and the neck. Come down, pause, take your recovery breaths. And then as you go up again, repeat either what you did. If you prefer the wheel, by all means, come into the wheel. Keep your breath strong, keep your eyes open. When you come down, again, pause, bring the knees into the chest, rock it out. If you are moving through the vinyasa, by all means, move into the vinyasa. Otherwise, we're coming up into the shoulder stand. Nothing under your head. If you need support, put it under your shoulders. Think shoulders, hips, knees, heels. In a perfect world, natural curve of your neck. Keep your breathing. Stay connected, top and bottom half of the body. Slowly, toes come towards the floor, over the head into halasana, so bend the knees if you need to. Try not to turn your head from side to side here. Hands can be in the low back, they can be in chest expander. Where do you need them for your foundation? Tops of the feet on the floor. Sternum moves to chin. Chin moves slightly away, hips lift higher. Knees come down on either side of the ears, breathing here. Coming back up into half shoulder stand, moving into Padmasana, which is lotus. Keeping the hands in the low back or bringing the hands to the knees. You know you better than anybody. This is the time to listen to that inner voice of yours. Keep your breath, bringing the knees all the way down. Slowly lowering into Matsyasana, fish pose. Do the hatha variation if that's better for you. Keep your breath. Go into the extension if you do it. Lower down. Bring your knees into your chest. If you move through the vinyasa, move through it. Preparing yourself for headstand. Remember, this is not the time to learn headstand. So if it's better for you to do dolphin pose, move through dolphin pose or another downward dog. Keep your breathing. Bring yourself back down. Send your hips back, pause in child's pose. And then find your way into the last 3 closing poses, sitting in lotus if you can, otherwise cross-legged, half lotus, whatever you need. Arms behind, chin down, folding, breathing. Eyes open, all 3 of the bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha engaged. Body comes up, arms release, thumb and index finger touch, Jalandhara Bandha, chin lock engaged, eyes open, rekindling that internal flame. Hands come down, lifting the gaze, Udplutihi, 108 breaths, or lower down and come back up. I know you've got 5 in you. Keep breathing, smiling's allowed. Good, release, stretch the legs out. If you're moving into a final vinyasa, move through it. Otherwise, lie yourself down onto your mat. Take a long, deep breath in, a long, loud, letting go, exhalation. The practice is truly like a life cycle. It starts with an inhale. It ends with an exhale. No 2 practices are the same. Just try to lie in gratitude to yourself for moving through this practice today. Gratitude to your body. Gratitude for your breath. Give yourself permission to stay here in Shavasana for just a little while longer. That was a fast, furious practice.
Thank you so much for sharing your time today and your practice with me. Remember, hydrate, drink lots of water. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Have a really good day. Be kind to yourself. See you next time.